I think nowadays with an F1 car you can just pass a Formula 2 car around here.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Max Verstappen called Formula 1 Mario Kart.
Yeah, honestly, we were almost doing Mario Kart.
He called it anti-racing. He even swapped his simulator for a Nintendo Switch to practice for races.
Yeah, even at the end, right? I was in the lead, but my tires were completely gone and you still can't pass.
And Lewis Hamilton, he just fired back, calmly, confidently, and with a smile on his face. But here's the thing, Hamilton was actually on Verstappen's side not long ago. So what changed? And more importantly, what is Ferrari secretly cooking up that could change this entire 2026 championship? Stay with me, because today we are covering everything. The attacks, the counter, the plot twist, where both drivers stand right now, and the hopeful news that every single Tifosi has been waiting to hear. Let's go. To understand Hamilton's response, we first need to understand just how brutal Verstappen has been about these 2026 cars. It started at preseason testing in Bahrain. Verstappen sat down with the media after driving the new Red Bull and said, and I quote, "To drive, not a lot of fun, to be honest. I would say the right word is management. It's not very Formula 1-like. It feels a bit more like Formula E on steroids."
Probably like Formula E on steroids.
And that was just the beginning. After the Chinese Grand Prix, Verstappen completely let loose. He said, "It's terrible.
I think the best that I could have done was one spot higher.
If someone likes this, then you really don't know what racing is about. It's not fun at all. It's playing Mario Kart. This is not racing. You are boosting past, then you run out of battery the next straight, they boost past you again. For me, it's just a joke." Then came the moment that went absolutely viral. At a press conference in Shanghai, a journalist asked Verstappen whether drivers using the simulator have a bigger advantage now. His answer? He said, "I found a cheaper solution. I swapped the simulator for my Nintendo Switch. I'm practicing with Mario Kart actually. Finding the mushrooms is going quite well. The blue shells is a bit more difficult. I'm working on it. The rocket is still not there. It's coming." The paddock laughed. But behind the jokes, something serious was brewing. Sources close to Verstappen told ESPN that the four-time world champion is genuinely on the brink of either retiring from Formula 1 or taking a sabbatical. And even his own father, Jos Verstappen, came out and said, "To be honest, I'm a bit worried that Max might lose his motivation. He used to think racing in a Formula 1 car was the best thing in the world." Now, critics pointed out that Verstappen is only complaining because Red Bull is struggling. He is currently sitting 9th in the championship. But Verstappen had a ready answer for that too. He said, "I would say the same if I would be winning races because I care about the racing product. It's not about being upset of where I am." So that is the full picture of Verstappen's attacks. Now, what did Lewis Hamilton say back? Lewis Hamilton addressed Verstappen's criticism head-on at the Japanese Grand Prix Media Day, and he did it with class. First, point A. Hamilton took a very subtle but very sharp dig at Verstappen's situation. He told the media, "Naturally, when you have a good car and you are competitive, it is nice to be out in front. And he has had that for the last 4 or 5 years. It's been smooth sailing for him. This is the first year it has been so." Translation? Hamilton was essentially saying, "Max, you loved F1 when you were winning 71 races in 4 years. Now that the tables have turned, suddenly everything is wrong with the sport." Then came point B, Hamilton's personal take. He said, "I personally enjoy it. It is a lighter car, they are more nimble and more fun to drive. Do I love the power deployment? Absolutely not. Do I love the MS mode? Not particularly, but as a whole, I think it is exciting for the sport, which is in the highest place visually and brand-wise." Honest, balanced, and a clear counter to everything Verstappen had been saying.
Because we didn't have the pace of the top 4 cars, we also had a lot of degradation and graining.
Now, here is where it gets really interesting, because Hamilton was not always positive about these cars. During preseason testing, Hamilton actually compared the new 2026 cars to GP2 machinery. He was not convinced they would produce good racing. He was practically standing right next to Verstappen in the critical camp. So, what changed? Hamilton himself explained it. He said, "It's a car that I got to play a heavy role in helping develop last year through the simulator running. So it's nice to see some of the things that I asked for come through in the design of the car and get to feel them positively." This is the key difference between Hamilton and Verstappen right now. Lewis helped build the Ferrari SF26 from the ground up. He spent months in the simulator shaping it to his driving style. When he finally drove it in Barcelona for the 2026 shakedown, Sky Sports analyst Anthony Davidson reported that from the very first lap, Hamilton said, "This thing actually works." Meanwhile, Verstappen is driving a Red Bull that is giving him zero joy. The car does not suit him, the energy management does not suit him, and the results do not suit him. When your car feels wrong, everything about the sport starts to feel wrong. So where do we actually stand in the 2026 championship? Hamilton is fourth in the driver's standings. After just 2 race weekends, he had already matched his entire points total from the first 5 rounds of 2025. He described himself after China as feeling back to my best, both mentally and physically. However, and Tifosi need to hear this honestly, Japan was a difficult weekend. Hamilton struggled with a mysterious power issue during the race and said, "I just struggled with power in the race for some reason. I was just defending the whole time. The guys around me just seem to have more power today. It's really confusing."
Ferrari are aware of the problem and are working on it. More on that in a moment. Verstappen, meanwhile, is 9th in the championship. Red Bull is nowhere near the front, and the contrast between a smiling, energized Hamilton and a frustrated Verstappen is one of the most compelling storylines in Formula One right now. Now, the internet, as always, had opinions. When Hamilton made his positive comments about the 2026 cars, fans on X went wild. Some called it, "sounds like a paid ad." Others wrote, "That's because he's doing well. I can't imagine he'd have the same opinion if it was 2022 to 2025 all over again." And honestly, both sides have a point. Hamilton's view of the car improved right around the same time Ferrari became competitive. Verstappen's view got worse right around the same time Red Bull stopped winning. Human nature is a funny thing. But here's what I want to ask you. Drop it in the comments right now. Team Hamilton or Team Verstappen on the 2026 cars? Let's see where this community stands. Now, for all the Tifosi who have been feeling anxious during this quiet break, here is your good news section. Lewis Hamilton is not sitting on a beach somewhere. He is working. During the break, Hamilton completed a 2-day Pirelli tire test at Ferrari's private track at Fiorano, clocking a staggering 297 laps, totaling 884 kilometers of running. Nearly 900 kilometers in 2 days. That is the hunger of a man who wants to win. And the official Formula One website ran an exclusive interview with the headline, "Hamilton has got his mojo back." After the most difficult year of his career in 2025, where he failed to reach a single podium and visibly looked unhappy at the wheel, that version of Hamilton is gone. The 2026 Hamilton walks into the paddock differently. He talks differently. He's confident, competitive, and hungry. His Chinese GP podium, his first ever podium in Ferrari red, was described by Hamilton himself as, "Honestly, it was huge. Every weekend fell short last year and I'd come back gutted. But the team was always like, next time, next time. So to finally have the podium and see how happy they were, it really warmed my heart." And when asked if his first Ferrari victory is now in sight, Lewis said confidently, "I definitely feel that I could say it's more in sight than ever before. Last year, it couldn't have been further from view." And now, the moment Tifosi had been waiting for, Ferrari's secret weapon. It is called the Macarena wing. And yes, it is named after the song, because this rear wing literally does a dance. It rotates 180 degrees, flipping completely inside out to reduce drag on the straights. Ferrari briefly tested it in practice at the Chinese Grand Prix before pulling it back because it had stability issues under heavy braking. But now, version 2.0 is coming. It is lighter, more refined, and aerodynamically improved. Ferrari is planning to debut it at the Miami Grand Prix alongside a brand new floor concept, an updated front wing, what team principal Fred Vasseur called a package and a half.
But the upgrade does not stop there. Ferrari also has a deeply revised software package for the power unit, featuring new energy deployment and harvesting strategies designed to stop Hamilton and Leclerc from losing pace due to excessive clipping on the straights. This was the exact problem that hurt Hamilton in Japan. Ferrari will test all of this at a filming day at Monza on April 22, and if the data comes back positive, the Miami Grand Prix will mark the start of a completely new phase of the 2026 championship.
So there you have it, the full story. Verstappen's fire, Hamilton's calm response, the plot twist, the standings, and the very real hope that Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton are about to go to a completely different level from Miami onwards. The quiet break is ending. The Macarena wing is coming, and Lewis Hamilton has his mojo back. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, and drop in the comments, do you think Hamilton or Verstappen is right about the 2026 cars? Let's talk. See you in the next one. Forza Ferrari!